from Jackson, Tennessee, weighing 180 pounds, Blake Christian.
Blake Christian, who's been on a roll as of late in Ring of Honor, now appearing here tonight in the Revolution 0 Hour, teaming up though with an unfamiliar partner. Interesting to see how that plays out for him tonight.
And his partner from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 189 pounds, Lee Johnson.
And Taz, QT Marshall talked about his bona fides as a trainer of professional wrestlers. He was, in fact, the trainer of Lee Johnson, yes, one of the bright young prospects featured on Ring of Honor today.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, yeah, no one could discredit QT as a trainer. I can tell you that for a fact. I mean, anyway, yeah, no, he's done a great job with so many talents, men and women, especially right here with Lee Johnson, no doubt.
And Tony, it's cool to see the stars of Ring of Honor getting his chance to shine here in Los Angeles. Revolution 0 Hour ahead of the big pay-per-view event coming up in just over 66 minutes.
As mentioned, Blake Christian, Ring of Honor winning streak. And he and Lee Johnson together, as you mentioned, for the first time, be very interesting to see, because this is going to be an exciting matchup, especially since we see who's coming in right now.
And their opponents, first from Teotihuacan, Mexico, weighing 170 pounds, Hologram.
About that ovation, Excalibur.
Yeah, the fans, as you mentioned, Taz, still filing in here to the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles, but Hologram, a great reception for a man that burst onto the scene here in AEW last year, but still licking his wounds alongside his tag team partner after the confrontation that occurred last night. We'll have more on that in a second.
And his partner, accompanied by Abrahantes from Reynosa, Mexico, weighing 76 kilos. He is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion,
Yeah, Komander and Hologram found themselves on the wrong side of La Facción and Gobernable last night. Jalisco and the Beast Mortos. Just a vicious beating after Hologram picked up the win, and Alex Abrahantes wasn't even spared from that. You see he's carrying a shiner into the ring today. His head went face first into that ringside barricade.
Well, a shiner, for those that don't know, is a black eye.
Thanks, Taz. That's why you're the best analyst in the game.
Damn right. Yeah, Abrahantes, I got to tell you, Shivani, I wouldn't mind seeing him run into a guardrail on a regular basis.
Well, he tried to get out of the way. I mean, we saw that last night, and we saw Jalisco and the Beast Mortos just run right through these two luchadors after Hologram won his 17th straight match.
That's impressive for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, especially against somebody with a pro wrestling resume.
This is an 8-man tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Shane Taylor, the Infantry, and the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Taya Style, Lee Moriarty.
Let me say this. I'm not sure I have seen a more arrogant person than Carly Bravo.
Oh, he sucks.
Yeah, no, he's not a likable person. And speaking of not likable, Daddy Magic, you've joined us here at the desk.
Here he is.
How about that?
A comedian.
And now it's what you call a transition.
How about it?
That's great with that.
And Daddy Magic, yourself, the TNT champion, Daniel Garcia, and the Undisputed Kingdom have had no shoes.
No question about that. Let's see if we settle something here tonight.
And their opponents, first, Undisputed Kingdom, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole.
Daddy Magic's having some words here. Not words, but there's some tension on the outside here.
Shane
At the announce desk.
And Sherpin and Daddy Magic Matt Menard, while Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong.
Sit down, Daddy Magic. It's all right, buddy. Just
I don't mind getting my hands dirty, boys.
I know. They're always dirty.
They got sticky fingers, is what you're saying.
You know what changes the dynamic of this match is the fact that Shane Taylor himself is in the ring. And this guy is a lethal weapon. He can do a lot of great things. He can move for a big man, one of the best punches.
Fast hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'd rather him be in the match than be a sneaky bastard on the outside. I'll tell you that right now. At least we'll keep our eyes on him.
Charlie Bravo was right in the face of Matt Menard here. Wow. We take a look at three men who've been, and especially two of them, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, been red hot.
Yeah, coming to that point, over the last few years, there's only a short list of tag teams that can say they scored a VTR.
Right.
Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, they are one of those teams. We'll have more on that in a moment.
Here we
right
go,
now,
boys.
let's head back to the ring and Arcadiora.
Joining them from Buffalo, New York, weighing 187 pounds, he is the TNT champion, Daniel Garcia.
Take a look, gentlemen. The TNT champion in the house. Los Angeles Revolution.
Garcia looking good. TNT champ, as you said.
And he's a fighting champion, Taz,
Yes, he
taking
is.
on all comers.
Definitely is.
Recently defending that TNT championship against one of his partners here tonight, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
A few days ago on Collision.
Yeah, and thanks to Shane Taylor Promotions, the match was thrown out, and you saw the reaction of Daniel Garcia's entrance on the face of Adam Cole. But yeah, they put it behind him, a little fist bump, Excalibur, they're ready to go. There you go.
I'll tell you right now, Shane Taylor.
We might have wore out the bleep button, Taz.
I think so. Yeah, CT, I've been a fan of that guy for a long time. I kind of went to the same school for grammar.
Wow. A Notre Dame's mention. How about that?
That's what you got out of that?
That's what I got out of that. Come on, Shivani, stuck with me.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit and is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Torreon, Mexico, weighing 78 kilos, Gravity.
Undoubtedly the biggest opportunity of this young man's career. Gravity getting a shot at the Ring of Honor World Championship. There you see him embracing his mother at ringside, embracing his sister.
His family's here. That's nice.
And his family here both at ringside and backstage, Taz. We've seen the synergy that this man has had as a tag team with Bandido.
Yeah.
Worst kept secret in professional wrestling, Bandido, Gravity's older brother.
That's right, exactly. They are brothers, but yeah.
And the learning tree.
Big moment for Gravity, as you guys said, especially in front of his family and here in Los Angeles on the big stage and against this man right here.
Jericho, as of late, he's had his share of issues with Bandido. Maybe making this challenge for this Ring of Honor World Championship match to Gravity as kind of a way to get back at Bandido, where Big Bill and the bounty hunter Brian Keith have been unsuccessful.
And you know what? That's a good point. You see the bounty hunter and the Redwood both making their way to the ring. Intimidation following Chris Jericho all around.
It's a massive opportunity for Gravity to be in the ring with a legend in Jericho. There's no doubt.
Yeah, the Nueve.
Yep. Oh my, jeez, beat down here.
They just...
Jericho attacking Gravity with the bat, and in comes Bandido. Bandido, ducks underneath, takes down. Gravy must have got his notes from Alex Marvez.
Yeah, young Gravy.
Yeah. Young Gravy, not gravy, young Gravy.
Tall drink of gravy. All right.
The following trios contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the team of Mansoor and Mason Madden, MXM Collection, and their partner, accompanied by Taya Valkyrie from Los Angeles, California, Johnny TV.
Johnny TV, Taya Valkyrie, MXM Collection. I mean, it seems like they were custom made for one another, Tony.
Just nothing but glamour, nothing but, if I can use that, sorry Mariah May, but nothing but flash. And, well,
MXM Jones.
yeah, man.
Look at me.
They are certainly a unique...
No, he'll be on the pre-show after the match. Johnny TV, Taya Valkyrie.
I'm pretty sure I trained him. Right? Didn't I? I think I did back in the day.
This is our final match of the Revolution 0 Hour Big Time Trios contest, and we are hoping to do some conglomerating here. Wait a minute.
Accompanied by the Rizzler!
I think someone just stole second. He gets kind of a
spamming the taunt.
Reach for the sky, boy.
And from Sandy Ford, Delaware, weighing 229 pounds, Mark Briscoe!
Well, it was just a few days ago, Tony, that Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy intervening when MXM Collection Johnny TV tried to take the focus, take the spotlight, and put it on themselves.
Well, that's what Johnny TV is all about. He's all about the attention. But it's time now, Taz. Feel the boom, buddy.
family affair here.
Joining them, accompanied by Big Justice from Boca Raton, Florida, weighing 255 pounds, Big Boom AJ!
I mean, Taz, you were talking earlier, and that length about your displeasure of nepotism in professional wrestling.
I hate it. I think there's no place for nepotism in pro wrestling.
Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Get the Big Boom AJ, Big Justice, and Rizzler rookie cards at UpperDeckEPAC.com. And does that mean that the Rizzler is Orange Cassidy's son?
Yes, second son, like stepson.
Oh,
kind of.
Well, you got it.
Also known as a second son.
Yeah.
He's a very cool mini version, isn't he?
The Rizzler. People love the Rizzler, and they love that man right there. Pride of Delaware.
He's something else, man.
Briscoe's a wild man. You never know. Very unpredictable.
Remember, Big Boom AJ competing on the Full Gear 0 Hour against QT Marshall and actually breaking his foot in that match and still coming away with the victory. So seems like the salt, as we saw earlier in 0 Hour, still heavily in the wounds of QT Marshall.
The Big Boom family, they're going around. Talk about who wants to be a mayor around. Everybody's shaking everybody's hands. Hey,
What's next, Taz? He can introduce you to his barber?
Well, here's the deal. I mean,
you're too much.
as we know, they have become a sensation on social media with their Costco-themed videos.
See, you heard Taya.
Taya Valkyrie.
These people, these kids, and I understand. Okay, is the show? I mean, get in the ring, AJ. Let's go, buddy. This is like
Revolution is coming your way on pay-per-view. 21 minutes from now. Oh boy, it's just going to be
got like a whole team of people.
Adam Devine, the Righteous Gemstones.
You cannot
Premiere
stop
tonight on Max, HBO, season 4. Excited about that.
I'm out of
Tony, I'm going to catch you running around the house with a pickle in your mouth.
Pardon me? Not me. You're not talking to me, right?
No. Tony's always misbehaving. Oh, they're still doing this. Wow. Okay.
Let's just stop this music, please, because it's getting on my nerves.
Remember the Anarchy in the Arena where
This is it right now. We just had it. I think Brian Cage was at the gym today. Uh-oh.
Oh, take a look at this, would you?
Someone's going to settle some stuff here.
Marching in the ring. Must have been up in the rafters to get that jersey with the spine.
And now, live from Los Angeles, AEW presents Revolution.
Is live from the world-famous Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles, California. A little bit of a throwback here.
I like it.
I do too, man. All business. You got to admit that, Taz.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. Look at the above the ring, and should have known better.
What was the purpose of that?
It's manipulation. It's smart. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I think it's smart by MJF. It's manipulation. What do you think, Excalibur?
It's mind games, but it's also the actions of perhaps the most deeply insecure person to ever step foot inside of a wrestling ring.
Well, yes, MJF, I agree, is insecure, and he's out there.
Dr. Ken Jones.
That's
Dr. Ken.
Yeah, Dr. Ken. Yeah.
6 seasons in the movie Jones.
There's a lot of doctors. But anyway, MJF, yes, insecure, out there, crazy. He went for some dangerous stuff this past Wednesday, but the thing is, super successful as this young man.
Your opening contest is set for one fall. Currently in the ring from Plainview, Long Island, New York, weighing 226 pounds, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
Who needs psychiatric help? Who needs a therapist?
And, you know, MJF has been one of the foundational pieces of AEW.
Well, he's an AEW original, there's no doubt, as is his opponent tonight.
And both men have felt the highest of highs here in AEW. Both men have held the...
You know, it's how, Excalibur, it's how you come back from the lowest of lows. Would you agree, Taz? Everybody goes through highs and lows. Everybody has problems.
Yeah.
But it's how you come back from those that define you.
Yeah, but I think that both these men, Hangman, as we see right now, getting a massive ovation, and MJF, both have bounced back from being AEW World Champ and then losing the titles. They both have, in my opinion, anyway.
And his opponent from Aaron's Creek, Virginia, weighing 229 pounds, Hangman Adam Page.
And the source of MJF's insecurity, at least with regard to Hangman Adam Page, comes from the fact that MJF says, I did the same things that Hangman Adam Page has done. I've done vile things. As is tagged out, in comes Nigel McGuinness, and we are on the precipice of a TBS Championship match.
This bout set for one fall is for the TBS Championship. Introducing the challenger from Kanagawa, Japan, Momo Watanabe.
Momo Watanabe, very accomplished professional wrestler, a 10-year veteran. She's done so many things in stardom in Japan, Nigel, but coming into this match as something of an unknown.
Somewhat of an unknown. We did see her last night on Collision, a very successful match against Professor Serena Deeb. But Tony sat with us at ringside, the TBS champion. Did you see anything in her?
I saw a lot in her face. She is really concerned about this because for Momo, this is not only a chance to win a title, but this is a chance to avenge what happened to her back in August of 2024. And that was losing to Mercedes for the New Japan Strong Women's title, which she proudly displays.
And her opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, she is the TBS champion, the CEO, Mercedes Mone.
Tony, it's a chance for Momo Watanabe to do both of those things, to win the TBS Championship, to avenge that loss, but it's a chance to defeat somebody that's a global superstar in Mercedes Mone. I mean, think about it. You see her on TV, you see her courtside at Boston Celtics games, you see Mercedes all over the world, and Momo has a chance to hand Mercedes Mone her first loss inside an AEW ring. So a lot more than just the TBS Championship riding on this match for Momo Watanabe.
Absolutely, and for Mercedes Mone at 15-0, she is riding a high right now. And as you guys, I'm sure, would agree, momentum is a big factor in any match.
No question about it. The confidence on the face of Mercedes Mone, clear as day. I've said it before. Mo Mone, Mo problems, but Momo Watanabe might be a big problem for the TBS champion. Pick up on that reference, son. You bet you did.
I think it's great as we celebrate Women's History Month that we have such great stars. Look at that logo.
Now the video wall emblazoned with the pattern of that embassy robe.
That's brutal.
Prince Nana's.
That is just shoving it in the face of Prince Nana.
He doesn't make the graphics, Tony.
Well, look at this. He's modified the robe. He's put his own logo on the robe.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, fellas.
Oh, stop that.
This contest set for one fall will determine the #1 contender for the AEW World Title. According to reports from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 208 pounds. Show some love for Ricochet.
9/10 of the law, baloney.
And we caught a quick glimpse. The stars are out here in LA.
Yes, they are.
Comedian Ron Funches at ringside taking in the action for this one. Leslie Jones as well.
What a night it has been, and you know what? We got a lot more to go.
Yes, we are. This is the third course in a 10-course meal, a feast of every...
Very bloody.
I was going to say, Tony, I think if this is a feast of pro wrestling, this is a dish that will be served rare.
There you go.
So rare that it is bloody, but boom.
That's why you're the man, and you are.
Whose house?
Momo Washington, weighing 130 pounds. Swerve! Strickland!
Well, looks like he's dressed for the war, Excalibur.
Yeah, as I mentioned, this match about so much more than the #1 contendership. Of course, whoever leaves the arena here tonight will be the top contender against either Jon Moxley or the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. But that's almost background music to the rivalry that is in the foreground between Swerve Strickland and Ricochet, the animosity.
So much vitriol between these two competitors. Certainly, you can see there. Strickland, a friend to the stars. The most dangerous man in AEW. Like you, Tony, the most dangerous man in an ANW.
You know, I think Swerve Strickland, I'm going to ignore you for a little bit here, Nigel, which is not easy to do. I think Swerve Strickland became one of our greatest world champions.
No question about that, certainly. Well, he may bark like a dog, but he's no bitch.
This bout set for one fall is for the AEW Continental Championship. Introducing the challenger from Venice, California, weighing 285 pounds, Brody King.
Brody King, born and raised Van Nuys, California, San Fernando Valley, 818 till he dies, just about 20 miles north of here. So he will definitely have the hometown advantage. And Brody and I got to share a brief moment earlier today here on the floor of the Crypto.com arena. I first met him, first called his matches about 7 years ago. American Legion post number 308, Reseda, California for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. And now, here he is competing for the Continental, the greatest of all time in Kazuchika Okada at the legendary Crypto.com arena. What a moment.
I think that says a lot about the man and the effort that Brody King has made to get it here to the big time. Very well said.
This is big time.
It really is. Can't get any bigger than this. One of the great international stars ever.
And his opponent from Aichi, Japan, weighing 236 pounds, he is the AEW Continental Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada!
Kazuchika Okada, Nigel, you know how many men carry a poker face to the ring. They don't want to show their emotions, but Kazuchika Okada, I've noticed over his last few Continental Championship defenses in Australia and Brisbane against Buddy Matthews, against Brody King here tonight, coming to the ring with a look of disinterest, almost like he's put out by the fact that he has to defend the title. And I think that's to unnerve his opponent, to make his opponent feel disrespected.
Yeah, unquestionably that look of apathy, not genuine. This young man here has used mind games ever since he arrived here in AEW. One of the biggest stars of his generation. Created an incredible, legendary legacy in the land of the rising sun. Certainly would have to be considered a...
This round 7-1 ball is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers from Miami Beach, Florida, at a combined weight of 457 pounds. Truth Magnum, Turbo Cologne, Flames, Outrunners.
Love the 80s, baby.
I call them unlikely opposition for the Hurt Syndicate, but Nigel, they have an opportunity tonight, much like the Omaha men's basketball Mavericks, to shock the world. This could be a Cinderella story for the Outrunners.
It shocked absolutely everyone, me included, the Bruce Lees of the jet skis, the youngest men alive. Pro wrestling, and you can beat someone with a side headlock, but that's not a good precedent when you're facing this team.
Being accompanied by MVP at a combined weight of 540 pounds, they are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. They hurt people. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, the Hurt Syndicate.
Excalibur, you take a look at Lashley, Benjamin, left to right. It seems like the most indestructible team that I've ever seen. How can anyone beat these guys is the question. But maybe, just maybe, we're going to see Truth Turbo find a way. What do you think, Nigel?
I don't think there's
You don't think they have a chance?
chance at all. I'll go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I will say this. If the Outrunners defeat the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW World titles, I will call Collision next week in my underwear, the entire show. I've said it. I will do it.
Now I hope they don't win.
Appointment television, at least for some people.
They are the most dominant AEW tag team champion of all time. People
I mean, how can you say that this early into their reign, Nigel?
just look at them.
CCT Fletcher there, we saw him training Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley during the 0 hour. But I mean, think about the former champions. You got FTR, you got the Young Bucks, you got Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page.
They are all incredible teams. They're exciting.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, Mariah May.
The glamour, the woman from hell, whatever you want to call her. She is a person that executed her game plan of betrayal of timeless Toni Storm to a T. And we are joined here at the announce desk by none other than the Hall of Fame voice of professional wrestling, good old JR, Jim Ross. And JR, I couldn't pick a better match to have you at our side with.
Thanks very much. I love this confrontation. These are two of the biggest stars in all of pro wrestling. These two women have set a new level, and I can't wait to see what they're going to deliver here tonight, Nigel.
Well, what a story it has been, though, as epic as Gone with the Wind, as torrid as Chinatown, Toni Storm, Betty Davis perhaps, to Mariah May's Jane Mansfield. Storm has proven and shown time and again how dangerous she is. But Mariah May, the glamour in glorious Technicolor, is ready to end Toni Storm.
These two women have redefined the women's division here in AEW.
And accompanied by Luther from Stage 7 at Warner Brothers Studios. She is the reigning and defending AEW Women's next bout set for one fall is for the AEW International Championship. Introducing the challenger from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 224 pounds. He is Kenny
McGinnis is tagged out. Taz is tagged back in, and a big fight feel for this one.
Absolutely, there is no doubt about it, Shivani. Whenever you got Kenny Omega getting ready to rock and roll, it's big for sure, and this is big.
I think Kenny Omega has made this about the right thing. There's been a lot of talk about the wins that Takeshi's had over Omega, how Takeshi has become this great international champion, and I agree with all that. Kenny has just let that soak in, Taz, and made this about winning the international championship, which I think is the right thing to do.
No, you're right, Shivani, and you know what Kenny has shown is a plethora of patience, in my opinion, and I think that's smart, because he's calculated. He's a smart guy, Kenny is. He's not going to just jump and, use some kind of rage out of nowhere. He's going to think things through, and that's what we have this happening right about now.
Omega, a very cerebral, very dangerous wrestler, but even more dangerous when he has a point to prove, like he does.
Omega cannot do, and he also battled back from diverticulitis, and that was a battle as well. 403 days on the shelf, and here comes the champion.
Yeah, there was almost a chance that his career was over. That's right.
And his opponent, being accompanied by Don Callis from Osaka, Japan, weighing 232 pounds. He is the AEW International Champion, the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita.
I want to take you back to early 2021. Kenny Omega, in the height of the pandemic era, we were locked down at Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida. He said to Tony Khan, hey, when I was in DDT wrestling in Japan, when I was cutting my teeth in Japan, I crossed paths with a young kid who has a very bright future in professional wrestling. Why don't we take a look at him? Why don't we bring him to Jacksonville? Why don't we get a look at this kid that's been hyped up as the future? And that kid is the man you see before you, the AEW International Champion, the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. One could argue, Don Callis.
Yes.
Oh, that
Kenny Omega
bastard has joined us.
That Kenny Omega's downfall is of his own making.
Oh, 100%. Everything he's accomplished in his life was because of me when he was with me. Look what's happened since he stepped up.
This pain shall make me even stronger.
Introducing the participants first. They're accompanied by Don Callis from Sydney, Australia. Weighing 239 pounds. The Bruno Star, Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher, who, as much as I'm loath to say it, under the guidance of Don Callis, has become one of the most complete athletes in the sport of professional wrestling.
I don't think there's any question he is absolutely the most improved wrestler that we've seen over the past year. And he came in as part of course, Aussie Open.
Alongside Mark Davis.
Yeah, with just a tag team wrestler. And look how his demeanor has changed. And here comes Don Callis once again.
This is Fletcher taking a...
Why'd you leave, Don? I mean, if you're coming back out, I mean, you come back and leave, you come back. I mean, what are you doing?
I had to do a little debrief after the match.
The guy lost. He lost the title.
More to come, Taz.
I hear you.
Look at the physique.
Fletcher's got his hands full in this one. I'm telling you.
Look at Fletcher opting not to enter by the door.
Well, yeah, I think if he's going to do what you kind of alluded to, climbing this thing, I guess that's his way of sending a message to his opponent. I don't need to, go through the door.
He's so vascular.
Fletcher perched atop the cage, waiting for the arrival of his adversary.
This cage is very, very tall as I'm sitting here looking up at it.
That's how we build
Friends against each other the way you have them.
Friends are weakness, Shivani. You had it, you'd know that.
Ospreay's going to go meet Fletcher up top.
Just shows you the danger of what these two men are about to enter. Look how great shot right there. You know, Excalibur, last night, when we were in Collision, we heard the interview after the brutal attack by the Don Callis family from Will Ospreay. He is injured physically and emotionally.
Who cares about his emotions? This is professional wrestling, not professional emotions, not professional crying.
Tony Ospreay will have to compartmentalize all of that as he steps into battle.
You think you know him?
Excalibur, is this Cope's crowning moment coming up?
One by one, the Death Riders fell at the hands of this man with an assist by Willow Nightingale. But Jon Moxley, the last man standing and potentially the last domino to fall before the ascent of the Rated R Superstar as AEW World Champion.
I had a conversation earlier today before we came to the arena with Cope. I mean, I know the guy a long time, as many know, and man, he is really focused. He is really focused. He understands the opportunity to be the AEW World Champion. He knows the competitor and how dangerous and vicious the champion Moxley is. He's aware, trust me. But I'll tell you, just talking to Cope, he's ready.
I think Moxley's more dangerous than ever now after what Cope has done to members of the Death Riders.
Once again at the desk by the Hall of Fame voice of professional wrestling, Jim Ross, and JR.
What a night, guys. What a night.
An incredible night. What a way to cap it off. Adam Copeland, he has leveled the playing field for himself. But the last man standing is the most dangerous man by orders of magnitude.
Without a doubt. It's what it's all about, these two guys. It's what it's all about. Taz, she knows what else I do. You love a great fight. And that's what we're going to have here tonight, a great fight between these two men for the championship.
JR, there's no doubt about that. I completely agree with you. I mean, that's the world champion right there. We can only assume that the AEW world title is in that briefcase.
And we saw Copeland try to break that briefcase open, courtesy of his old friend Spike.
But one thing is apparently different. Jon Moxley is walking to the ring by himself. We have not seen that since he's become world champion.
Now Moxley, he's been a very confident general, content to let others fight his battles for him.
Yeah, but that doesn't, you can't, I mean, Excalibur, you know as well as me, always at this desk know how tough, nasty, and rough that guy is right there. I don't think he needs the Death Riders, anybody's help, in my opinion. He's the champ for a reason.
I agree, but he always brought him, Taz, and now they are not here courtesy of Cope.
Right? No, I agree. Cope was smart how he systematically got rid of them.
And JR, we're seeing a very animated, a very agitated Jon Moxley. I can only guess at Moxley. I think he's frustrated that it's gotten to this point that the Death Riders aren't there to surround the ring, to outnumber Copeland.
Maybe he senses that the walls are closing in on him a little bit. We know that he doesn't need anybody, but it's nice to have somebody.
Yes, well said. No argument for me on that.
The only man to hold the AEW World Championship on 4 occasions. Is this the end of the road for Jon Moxley? We are heartbeats away from finding out.
Man, what a night, fellas.
Oh, it's been an awesome night, no doubt.
I don't think I've ever been around an event from start to finish that's been as physical and intense as we have experienced here tonight.
Yeah, violent and bloody and all the adjectives you want, man. Just boy, Jon Moxley really taking his time.
He can. Champ, he's going to do that. You dictate the pace before the match even happens. I respect that out of Mox.
Or is he savoring every last moment, holding on to that AEW World Championship? We will find out in a matter of moments, but right now let's head to the ring in the Dapper Hour. Justin Roberts.
Los Angeles, California.
As Moxley is never more dangerous than when he feels he's backed into a corner.
Oh, I agree with that. I mean, that's well documented. That's what Jon's about.